Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. I'm going to do a second week of this new Marguerite Miller 50 card prompt kind of. It's not really a challenge, it was just her on her Etsy shop. She had these 50 prompt cards, and they're helpful to enable you, to encourage you to create collage art. So you get 50 cards and you cut them out, and they've all got these different prompts on. And I did say at the end of last week, because last week was the first week I did it, and I'm going to try and do it every week for the year. As you can see, they've all got a prompt on something, and you pick 5 out plus a 6th one as a bonus. And I did say at the end of last at the end of last week's, I was going to pick out the 5 plus the prompt for this week, but I totally forgot. I was still very woolly headed from having COVID last week, so you must forgive me. So what I've done is these are available on Marguerite Miller's Etsy shop, and if you are interested in buying them, but you know, in actual fact, if you wanted to, you could write down different prompts on pieces of paper, make your own. So we may do that. We may actually do a few random ones to add into these. Otherwise, I've got a feeling I might be picking out the same or similar ones each week. So she says that you cut out your cards, you shuffle them and draw 5 random cards. Then you choose a 6th one and set it aside. You look at your 5 drawn cards, determine if you can easily find paper examples of the prompts. If you do not have one of the 5, put it back into the deck and use the 6th prompt as a substitute. If needed, use a piece of pattern paper and other embellishments, such as a piece of washi or a rubber stamping. So that's the challenge anyway. I'm going to call it a 50 card prompt challenge. I'm using this new craft book. It's a white one and it's spiral bound because these are easier. So this was last week's. I've added on a double pocket. So each week I'm going to just cut out a bit of scrap card and write down the 5 prompts that I used and the week number, just so that when I look back, I know why I did what I did. So we're on page 2 this week. So let's get started. Make sure we're in view. It seems a bit dark today. It is a bit dull today, I must admit. I've got both lights on, so I've maximised the lighting. So these are the things I've got. So first of all, I drew out 5 plus 1. So I drew out 6 card prompts after shuffling. And 1 is transportation. 2 is a number or a sequence. 3 is a postage stamp. 4, a piece of washi tape. 5, a clothing tag. And 6 is a piece of dictionary. I think I'm going to use all 6 on mine because I've got all of those things. So when I have got all of the things, I will just use the prompt. That I will use the bonus as well. So I think the bonus was the washi tape anyway. So we'll just add that on at the end to give it some more interest. Okay, so a clothing tag, I've got this one, which was a shop called White Stuff. It says on the back, "You found me, White Stuff," and it's a very pretty tag. It was actually for a coat I bought last year, winter coat. It was £140, but I got it reduced in the sale. I think I only paid under £50 for the coat. It's a lovely thick winter coat, so I'm going to use this clothing tag. So that's the clothing tag. Postage stamp, I've picked out this lovely Austrian one. So it's Republic of Austria, and it's very, very pretty. It's a sort of a purpley colour. I'll just show it to you. I don't know if you can see it. The light is really not good, is it? It's a purpley colour with a scene from Austria with the mountains and the river. And that's very pretty. So that's the postage stamp. Then we have a number or a sequence. So I found this label which says 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to put that on. And transportation, out of my collage book I've cut this lovely classic old car out, so we're going to use that. Piece of dictionary, we've got a random page of dictionary paper. It's M for municipal, or movement and mundane. We'll use that side, so that's that dictionary page. So that's there. And then piece of washi. I've got this washi I had for my birthday actually, and it is a Tim Holtz Ideology washi. It's actually called collage paper, but I think it is, pretty sure it's like washi. I haven't even used it yet. Let's just have a look before I say I'm going to use this as washi. We'll just see what actually is it. Oh, it is just paper. Oh, well, we use some of that as well because we can add things on. So oh, that's very lovely. Well, we use that, and I did get, I just stand up and get it off the shelf. I did get a tube of washes, which are Tim Holtz, from, also for my birthday. And there's 8 rolls in here, and I have used it before on camera. Strangely enough, the top one is this sparkly one, which doesn't seem in keeping with all the rest, but we'll use that washi. But now I've got that paper out, I'm going to use some of that as well. So it's just the back. These are the base pieces to make a collage, really. You're not, as long as you've got these pieces on, you know, you can pretty much put what else you like on, stamp on it, paint, do what you like. So I'm going to put those back in here, and I am definitely going to be picking out the 5 prompts plus the bonus at the end of this video for next week, just in case anyone fancies joining in, really. So let's get started. Okay. So I've got this. I'm going to tear this down a bit. Whoops, a daisy. I'm going to take that bit off at the bottom to start off with. Maybe just have a piece like that. And just take a bit off the top, like so. Okay. And I'm going to quickly cut this car out. Very lovely old classic car. When you see classic cars, they look so small now compared to the modern day cars. But they are beautifully made. I mean, I'm not saying modern ones are not beautifully made, but, you know, they weren't sort of on the conveyor belt in the same way that the modern ones are manufactured. I don't know what make of car this is. I can't tell from the badge. I can't see it properly, so it looks very nice. I'd say it was from the maybe the 50s, 60s, something like that. Hard to say. We often have classic car rallies around our area, and you see them on the road going to or from the rally, where they like to show off all their classic vehicles, and they do look so tiny. So there we have our car. We've got our clothing tag here. We've got our stamp. Pretty much kind of know where to put them, really. I think put that somewhere like that, and maybe have our stamp. I always like to put the stamp in the right place for some reason, where I would put it on an envelope. Now we've got some of this lovely paper, which I'm very impressed with. So I think we'll just tear a bit of that off, maybe. It's like a very thin tissue paper. Oh gosh, I'm not having much luck tearing it. Should I just tear it like this? Ooh, it's like tearing tissue paper when you wrap something up. Gosh, that has not torn very well at all. Okay, we'll just take that piece off. What is it called? It's called Tim Holtz Ideology Collage Paper, and its document is the name of it. Document. And I think it's just a collage itself of all different labels and documents. So it's very lovely, actually. Really nice. So maybe we'll just tear it down and have some on in the background, perhaps. So okay, well, I'm going to stick my dictionary page down and use my glue stick. Hopefully you can see. I'm just gonna, I think I'll pop that up there. Maybe I'll have that a bit higher. And I don't know how this is going to actually glue down. Be very gentle with it, because even though it's hard to rip, might not be so hard to control if you're, without tearing it all, you know, when you're gluing it with a glue stick. I've got a dry wipe, so that makes more sense to dry it with just a dry, it's literally a wipe that's dried out. So I'm going to pop that on, and we'll pop this down the bottom. I quite like to put it down the bottom. So these aren't going to be too long, these videos, for this particular project, I'm going to call it, of this challenge, like so. I think maybe we'll pop this one, so we'll pop it up there. That's the right way round. Maybe we'll pop it up there. You can actually see through it. Okay, then we've got our label here. Got this lovely cord on it. I think I might actually cut this down a bit because it's rather long. So I'm just going to undo the knot. And just have a short one, and I can use the rest of that on something else, another tag somewhere else. It only needs one little knot, really. That's better, so that's much better. So that can go there. Let's see, where do we want this? Don't really want to block the car out too much, so I think I'll put it there. For my numbers. Now this I've got to stick down somehow. I can't put a brad through there because it's going to go through the other side, so I am going to probably just stick this down with a dab of just a dab of this, I think. This beacon 3-in-1. And I'm just going to put a dab across the back of the topper, you know, the piece of cord. And I'm going to put it on like that, skewed. I'll have to leave that to stick down. So what I'll do is I'll use one of my clips just to clip that down. Like so. Okay. Okay, that's our clothing tag. Then we've got our stamp. I suppose we could put our stamp somewhere else. Might put that there. Might like it overlapping that. I don't think, I'm tempted just to tear that off too. I don't think I want to put anything else on here, really. No, I'm not going to put that because we've got some washi to go on. So that was just an addition. So let's see, I don't want the sparkly. Let's see which washi shall I put on. Well, we've got some washi here with numbers on, so that would be quite appropriate, I think. So we'll use that one. You know, that does seem out of place to me, this one. Really does. And when I saw it, I thought, I wonder if somebody's taken that out of something else, you know, taken one out of here and put that in. But when I looked at the picture, it definitely had that in it. So very odd though, I think. So let's put a piece of this washi down here. And I'm just going to tear that with the bone folder. Give that a press down. And we'll just tear off a piece and we'll put that along here. Like so. And maybe a piece, maybe a piece across there like so. That's quite nice. Put these away. Okay, so that is my week 2 of the 50 prompt card challenge. I'm calling it, from Marguerite Miller. So these are all the things I have on there, and it's just very simple and easy. And so we have our numbers, we have our washi tape, we have a postage stamp, dictionary page, a clothing leaf tag, and transport here in this form of this lovely car. And then to add a bit more interest, I've put some of this Tim Holtz collage paper on, and that is my week 2. So I'm just going to write down on here week 2 for my own benefit, really. So I did write that, yes, 50 prompt card challenge. So I'm just going to write down here There. And that is it. So I'll see you again for this particular series next week. Have a good day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Believe it, I was going to leave you again today without picking the cards for next week. How peculiar. I keep doing that, don't I? This is twice now I've said I'm going to pick them at the end, and I've just signed off and said goodbye. So let's do it now. Let's put this out of the way. Let's just pick our 5 prompts and the bonus for next week. So I'm just shuffling these 50 prompt cards like so, and I'm just going to, not very good shuffler. Not one of these that can do this with them, you know. Okay, so I'm just literally going to cut the cards. Let's cut them 3 ways. Take that one. Children's story illustration. Okay, let's do it again. So and I hope we don't get the same ones. Something oh no, this is what we had week 1. Something shiny. Oh dear. Wrapping paper, and we'll do that, an image from a magazine. So I don't know what any of them are. I'm just going to try and shuffle them a bit better that way. That one's come away. Something with wings, so we'll use that one as it's come out. Then we want a 6 one, and a repeating pattern has come out. So those are the ones for next week. So we'll just put those over there. So I'm going to, because I've already had the children's story illustration, I'm having that as the prompt, the bonus, sorry. So we've got a repeating pattern, something with wings, an image from a magazine. We have wrapping paper. Actually, I'm going to put that one back because I've already got 6. I didn't realise there's 2 together. A herb or other botanical, and something shiny. So because I've had something shiny before, that's going to be my bonus, and I probably won't use that. So next week is a choice of these. A repeating pattern, something with wings, an image from a magazine, wrapping paper, herb or other botanical, something shiny is the bonus. So I'll see you next week for our collage with these. Take care and say goodbye properly now. Bye bye.